Let's go through the releases. Let's go through the lighter to the darkest. So take us through each one of these scents and what they
Yeah. So this is our launch collection. We have 4 fragrances. They're all inspired by pop art, which is a really, a New York art form that we love, and Andy Warhol, we were inspired by. The Tenium Flirt, I would say, is the lightest. It's a very, again, it's 10 a.m. It's a green, grassy, sort of refreshing scent. You're on the High Line.
Love the green here, guys.
Sort of in the meatpacking. You're walking along the High Line, which is sort of an elevated park artscape. You're refreshed by sort of the breeze from the Hudson River. And you're looking out over the city, feeling that all the city's your oyster. All things are possible. You can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere. It's that really empowering, kind of fresh, but yet flirty. It's got a slightly floral,
green, aromatic.
Gardenia is a little note that we have.
A little floral, but not over floral.
Yeah, not over floral.
It's got a very nice balance to it, and the green aromatic is how I would describe it. Great scent. That definitely puts you in a great mood.
And all, again, it's a gender all scent, so it's for men and for women, with a nice balance of those green, woodsy, as well as a slight floral note.
I don't know if you were off too long, but also to let folks know that these are also conscious fragrances. They're paraben-free, they're recyclable, they're made here in USA. So you want to tell us a little bit about that before we talk about the other one?
Yes. So, part of being a modern brand and, being a mom with 2 kids, being, eating well, eating healthy, living well, and doing, good for our planet is important for me. So if I was going to put my heart and soul into a brand and a company, it had to stand for the things that I believe in and I think are important. So, we're sustainably sourced, we're eco-friendly. We're cruelty-free. We don't even allow third parties to test on animals, which some brands, they're cruelty-free, but they allow third parties to do it, and we don't allow that. We're recyclable. Again, the packaging, allows for the consumer to recycle themselves. They don't have to bring our bottles back to a store, to be dismantled and recycled, by the store. It's just very easy, rinse and deposit, according to your local ordinances. So, we wanted to make it easy for the consumer to be eco-friendly and to be an eco-friendly brand ourselves, and to also all the things that are important about being clean, and that's important to us too.
So the next one would be this guy, right? The next, from the lighter to the darkest.
Absolutely. It's also a very citrusy. It has the
This is Sunday brunch.
Tea. Yeah.
Love it.
It's fresh, but it's also sophisticated. It has that tea note in it, which in the mid
soothes.
And
but I love the invigorating aspect of the fragrance when you first spray it on. Citrus is just amazing. It's like
it's one of my favorites. It is an amazing scent for men and for women. It has a slight gardenia note and in the base note, but it's just a really lovely tea scent. Once you get the open is very citrusy, of course, but then the tea sort of takes hold, and it's just a very soothing, invigorating, and yet calming scent. And then moving on to even more calming.
Yes. This is one of my favorites, so I'm smiling. Centel Sky, guys. I have a review on this. I actually did a review in comparing to other top Centel sandalwood fragrances that I love, and this one definitely came ahead. I mean, it's quality, performs well, and the pricing, like we talked about in the beginning, you can't beat it. So tell us about Centel Sky.
So Centel Sky, again, it's everybody who lives in New York City, it's a very busy city. There's a lot of energy, but you also need to wind down. New York is great because it's got over 2,000 parks. Central Park being, of course, the most central feature. So this is a terrific, story of a walk in Central Park. And if you've been in Central Park, you have these beautiful elms, and it's a place where you can go. And there's people jogging, there's people doing yoga, there's people rollerblading, there's drummers, street performers. It's a place to sort of be with nature, be with your fellow man, whether you're east side, west side, south of the park, north of the park, everybody comes together. So it's a very soulful kind of place to kind of chill out. So you want to, sandalwood, although there's no sandalwood trees in Central Park, sandalwood for thousands of years has been used to
Meditation,
meditate
healing,
and
balance.
healing. So it's
I
a
get
sandalwood scent with a bit of cardamom, spice
guys.
with the mystery, and so it's a really relaxing scent because
We
New York
need it.
City, we need to have a place to escape again, so it's a lovely scent that I like to wear also in the evenings. It's not just a day scent, you think of a party.
It could be a perfect signature scent.
Exactly.
Any of these, but this in particular, because it's that one scent that kind of like re-centers you, which I
Yeah.
love. And then my favorite right now, which actually made my top niche fall fragrances, we're still in fall technically, which is Nitro Noir, guys. I love this. This is a patchouli with berries. I mean, it's just amazing. I love this stuff.
Yeah, Nitro
Love
is one of my favorites too. It's Nitro,
So
it's the
good.
bomb. It's
Yes.
really meant to part the red
Make a
seas.
statement.
It's a statement
Yes.
fragrance. If you're a wallflower, it's maybe not the statement you want to make, but if you're a person who's very bold and individualistic and you want to go out and have a good
Make your
time and
presence
get a seat
felt.
at the bar and he'll smell you coming and smell you going, then
Oh, yeah.
Nitro Noir is a terrific scent. It's a very, bold scent. And all of our fragrances are niche fragrances, and, we have, 3 or 4 notes on the box, but each fragrance has, 20 or more
Embellished
notes,
notes.
in them. But we just didn't put them all on the box.
Of course.
But, so, as you mentioned,
The main character,
the
and then
main
you have-
characters, the patchouli, the pinkberry, the orris, which is kind of a grounding
Nice.
scent and adds that little spice. So.
What can folks expect from KIERIN as far as like new upcoming releases for the next few months? You have
Yeah.
any news for us?
Yes, well, 2020 is going to be a great year for us. We have already, in 2019 we introduced our inaugural collection, but we're going to be introducing 3 new fragrances, which will sit really nicely
In between?
in between,
Sure.
yeah. And we'll be continuing sort of the art-inspired, sort of it takes a rainbow, diversity inspired collection. They'll be very colorful as well. We're going to have the next 2020 collection is going to be graffiti labels,
Nice.
graffiti inspired, and we'll be collaborating with on
New
one
York
fragrance,
artist.
a New York artist.
Nice.
He's a multimedia artist. He's done some murals and
Fantastic.
street art and Bushwick and
Can you
Lower
reveal his
East Side.
name?
I can't.
Not yet. Surprise,
yet.
folks. You have to stay tuned. for
Yeah,
that.
that's coming soon. But it's going to be very exciting because he's co-creating the scents with us
Love it.
and doing the labels as well for us. So it'll be a wonderful collector's item
Sure.
as
And
well.
collectors.
Yeah.
So the nose behind these first 4 creations,
Mathieu Nardin.
okay, I'll have a
He's
picture of him here in
fantastic,
transition.
yeah.
And then who's going to be releasing the
Jérôme
upcoming?
Epinay.
Jérôme Epinay,
Yes.
which is great, guys, from Atelier Cologne. He has an extensive, amazing portfolio, but Atelier Cologne is really, I think, his main accolade as far as the whole collection is concerned. He was involved with all those releases, but amazing perfumer. I'm
Yeah.
very excited for the new and
Thank you.
upcoming releases.
It's nice to work with different noses,
course.
and to kind of get different people's
Perspectives.
take and perspective on
Sure.
New York City and sort of the creation of these New York City scent stories. It's nice to have, different artists sort of contributing not only in the label art, but also in
Scents
the scent
themselves.
themselves, yeah.